Hey y'all. It's July 17th and I still haven't figured how to get the camera to switch back to forward. You're just gonna have to trust me on what the words in the dice say. Even if the letters are backwards, they're in the right direction on my end, and I promise I have intense reading comprehension. So, with that being said, we are creeping up on that minute mark. And welcome in, witches, bitches, twats, and thoughts. I'm Black Betty, and I am Karma's right hand. This is the Underdog Ministry, and thank you for joining me. I appreciate each and every one of you who takes the time to kick it with me. You guys kick ass and take names. All right, let's get started today. But first, coffee. I'm gonna shake up the dice, and then we'll get some cards out of the basket, and we'll see where the day goes. Bolt, like deadbolt, like bolt the locks. God. A lightning bolt, like from Zeus, like from God up above. Drill. This is not a drill. This is not a drill. Something about a power drill. Or somebody's trying to drill into another person's energy, drill into their thought process, drill into the way they work. And they got smacked upside the back of the head by God. Somebody's tampering in another person's energy, and I think the divine has stepped in. Scheme. Scheme. Somebody's up to something. They're scheming, they're plotting, they're doing reconnaissance. Hey to everybody that's in here, I appreciate you guys. Where are you from? What time zone are you in? What's your sign? All that good stuff. What state are you from? Have you ever had a paranormal experience of your own? Tap in the comments. Fun. Fun. Somebody thought some sort of thing would be fun to do. Home, H-O-M-E. Lit. Somebody wants to have a fun lifestyle. They want to have a fun home. They want to be the fun home. This could also be something about, ooh, left hand itching. There's some sort of money involved with this. Fun house. A fun house, like on Halloween. All right. Nothing there. Fog. The fog is lifting on somebody like a bolt out of thin air, like a bolt of lightning. The fog is lifting. Somebody's seeing something clearly, seeing somebody scheme. This is not a drill. God has woke somebody up. House of mirrors, house of illusions. TV. And Raw. I told you, there's gods that are both in, like multiple gods are in the building. Zeus is here. The Most High God is here. Ra is here. IV. IV. I don't like that. And the last letter is S. Putting that back in the can because it's not a word by itself. And then let's get down to the basket, y'all. So we've got bolt, God, drill, scheme, fun, home, lit, IV, TV, and fog. All right. Somebody's on to somebody's scheme, like a bolt of lightning. They are having awareness of whatever this is. 2 fell on the floor. I'm going to grab those. It's no fun when the rabbits got the gun and fumbled the bag on the play. I don't know if you guys can read those, but you know, whoever's screen recording and streaming this to another channel can figure it out on their own. Yes, I'm aware, but whatever. Fog. Fog has come out in the cards. Fog has come out in the dice. So fog is like brain fog. Somebody has brain fog. Aversion. All grains in the United States are sprayed with Roundup. It's a neurological disruptor. Fibromyalgia and nerve disorders are caused by this. Roundup has been proven to cause like Hodgkin's lymphoma and other nerve issues. Like there's tons of lawsuits where it's pretty much public knowledge there. Decades of covering lies with more lies. The scheme is over. The fog is lifting on somebody. We've got the rune Laguz for lake. Water, lake. The United States. United States, grains. Fog is lifting. Everybody's starting to see. There's been decades of covering lies with more lies. Uh-oh. I don't know if I want to do this reading now. I guess we're going to talk about the United States, folks. We've got Maine. The state of Maine. Grow wars. Causing Hatfields and the McCoys type of generational feuding. Like, I'm getting like with this grain stuff, like it's the farming families are being pushed out and pushed out and pushed out. And we've been importing and importing and importing and spraying everything else with what kills bugs. So, you know, it's a neurological disruptor. It's labeled on the package to kill bugs as a neurological disruptor. I wonder if they tested to see if it was going to neurologically disrupt humans for decades and decades and decades. We've got something about a cabin, maybe a cabin in Maine on the water. Somebody got hit with the ugly stick. And Spirit said it's so severe, they didn't just get hit with the ugly stick. They fell down the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down. Death metal vocalist. Jealousy makes you look old and tired. I'm only flashing them for a second because I know you guys can't see them. It's all right. Wanted to block your sacral chakra. Told you somebody was trying to drill into somebody else's energy, right? Before anything. They got hit like a bolt of lightning when they tried it. Somebody might even be in the hospital. We got Cesar Chavez Day. Third eye chakra. Somebody here is trying to tap into another person's energy. We've got a couple of different stories. This may be a long one if I have the energy to go through it all. We've got demigods, the Norse gods. How many different gods have popped up in here yet? We've got Zeus. Now we've got the Norse gods. So we have got Odin. We've got Thor. We've got Loki. We've got the Most High God. We've got Ra. We have somebody here who is played in spiritual energy so much they've woke up the big boys and they're not happy. Sweatin' to the Oldies by Richard Simmons. entry-level position. And Juliet, J for Juliet, the military alphabet. All right, let's see here. I'm sorry, folks. I'm purposefully choosing to not touch on this United States stuff. There's enough people that do that. With the level of my ability to tap in, I think that's probably not the safest direction for me to choose. Okay? So I'm going to leave that over there. We'll just say that we talked about it when the cards came out. I'm not going to talk about that too much. The fog is lifting on somebody. Decades of covering lies with more lies. Third eye chakra wanted to block your sacral chakra. We've got demigods, a death metal vocalist that got hit with the ugly stick. We've got, there's a lot of people in metal that are fucking fabulous musicians, and it doesn't matter what they look like. Okay? We've got a cabin somewhere in Maine, possibly. The fog is lifting, decades of lies, covering lies with more lies. Somebody here plays with, they call on Hela. The goddess of death. The demigods. This is Odin's oldest child. Before Thor and Loki were ever a gleam in their daddy's eye. Oh boy. Y'all, we've got some higher level spiritual warfare going on. And this person is playing in the wrong energy, calling on Hela. Doesn't matter, you're ugly if you're strong, if you're powerful. This person wants to take their ugly out on everybody else. I don't understand that. Ugly is a state of being inside, not a state of being outside. Two of Swords. So we've got somebody that's pretty prickly. Can't approach this person. They hate the world. They want to block it out. They want to block it out for somebody who loves it. They're full of so much disgust for positive, they want to eradicate it. Four of Swords in reverse. This person doesn't sleep. Nine of Wands. Oops. Like I said, this person got hit with the ugly stick, fell down the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down. This person's lived a hard knock life. And they hate the world, but they can't, I don't know, they can't catch a break, this person? That's why they can't sleep? Or is it because they're playing in magic that they're just haunted? Like, seriously. You play with death magic. Three of Swords in reverse. Wow, what I just heard in my left ear. I just heard the most deep, ha 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 ha. There is no forgiveness in the Norse mythology. There is no one to beg for forgiveness in the Norse pantheon. You chose what you chose. Wow, the world in reverse. And this person here, the power they gained from whatever they called on is now calling for repayment, and I believe their days are numbered. Their days are numbered here. I don't have a Norse pantheon deck, and I need that. I need to find one of those. I've got a Greek mythology deck. I'll probably pull that one out. Serpent power, bolt of lightning. There is no forgiveness in the Norse mythology, in the Norse God's belief system. Not the way there is in monotheistic Christian religion. You don't just get to say, I'm sorry, I was just a dick. I did horrible things my entire life, and with my last breath, I'm just gonna say, oh, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Okay, but you gotta come back and make it all right in your next life. Okay, this deal here, this person, they called on the wrong entity, and it's going to, like a bolt of lightning from God, is going to take this person out. Serpent power right on top of the demigods. Like, why does this person call on Hela specifically? The Wheel of Great Time. To stop for immortality? If they call on the goddess of death, she won't come for them. Bullshit, you sped up your timeline. Ooh. Elixir, fruit essence, and magic carpet. Okay, so you were seduced by the power that this this goddess gave you. And boy, did you get taken for a ride. Magic carpet. You thought you were going to have a whole different existence, a whole new perspective, be flying above all of the problems in your life by calling on the goddess of death. You don't think that other things are going to die off around you when this happens? Your existence as you know it. If you want to change, something has to end. The goddess of death isn't just to take your life. It is to change it, to alter it, to transition it. But Hela, she's a little mean. Transformations on the bottom of the deck. I'm not even moving the cards. Can you guys see it right here? Transformation. There's that serpent again. Somebody here's had an awakening or is I don't even want to say it. Let's just get more into the cards. Person's a bit of a comic book nerd. Stereotypical picture of one. This person imagined he was going to get it on with the goddess of death. She was going to take him as her consort. Kind of a vibe. I'm sorry. All right. So why is this person, this death metal vocalist, calling on demigods, period? Why? Why is this person doing this? I mean, they're going to have big consequences for themselves, but what was the purpose? 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. To make somebody financially dependent? To make somebody lose their security? To make somebody fail? This is the scheme. You know the drill. Queen of Cups in reverse. The plan was to make you feel so small you'd run to them. This person thought they were going to call on the goddess of death to make somebody a damsel in distress. Woe is me. As God is my witness, I'll never go hungry again. This person's trying to call on the goddess of death to make somebody feel insecure and dependent. Well, I'm sure Hela will deliver. Queen of Wands in reverse. Jealous. Insecure. Again, with the insecurities. What is this person's problem? They wanted to block your sacral chakra, wanted to block your third eye. You can't have your gift. You can't have any kind of sensual creativity, any kind of personal ownership of your body here. Wow. 8 of Cups just flew out. How dare you ignore me, walk away from me, turn your back on me, break up with me, leave me behind, withdraw your energy from me and not allow me to continue to penetrate your energy. That's been kind of this person's wanted to drill into somebody's aura, their entire life force. Like suck them dry with the goddess of death, suck their life. But this person actually wanted somebody's life here. They don't want you to be independent. They don't want you to free yourself. Shh. 8 of Swords after the 8 of Cups. They're doing this to try and imprison your energy and you. I'm hearing the song in my head, I'll Fly Away by Nelly Furtado right now. Or I'm Like a Bird. I cannot even attempt to hit her octave. But I think the lyrics are like, I am like a bird, I'll only fly away. I don't know where my home is. I don't know where my soul is. This person wanted you lost, tapped out, sucked dry, a shell of yourself, wandering, lost. Oh, Hela's going to have fun with this person. Look what's at the bottom of the deck with the devil. He made a contract with this goddess. He made a contract with her and she ain't gonna fuck around. She's pretty much one of the ultimate powers in the Norse pantheon. I mean, nobody gets away from death. It's kind of like the common denominator that every single thing that lives and breathes has. Why would this person call on her? Door of Dreams. Sucking your life force out to take that energy to pursue your dreams, not theirs. They want your life. Truth. See that word right there? Truth. If somebody could like have a transfusion of your blood, they would. This is twisted. Creation just flew out. So this vocalist, they want your creative energy and they want your foresight so they can pursue what you're going to do before you get to it. That is weird. That is weird. It's a scheme. Like, this is a big game for somebody. Patience. Like I said, this person's been doing this for a really, really, really long time, but I think this bolt of lightning, like all of this patience, autumn in reverse, things did not fall into place. things are not tapering off the way somebody thought they would. Somebody thought if they just waited long enough, something would just fade into like oblivion, fade into the forgotten zone. But no, something came and struck this person like a bolt of lightning, bit them on the ass in the last minute when they did not expect it. Manifestation. It's of their own doing. The energy they called forth has to land somewhere, and I don't think the goddess of death is going to be told what to do by any human here. High priestess on the cut. Just saying. All right, one more pass for this, and then we'll do the something about a water on the lake. Water on the lake. All right, we've got the Three of Wands. Somebody is still plotting. Somebody is still scheming. Somebody is still planning. But this is not a drill. You're being warned. Like, it's go time. Queen of Cups. This person is counting on you to be compassionate, caring, and understanding. They're going to try and give you something. They want to give you something. They're going to offer you something. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. It's nothing long-term. Ew. This person's going to come try and offer you some friends with benefits, hoping that you're like open emotionally to what they're offering here, but it's nothing long-term. They just want to be friends, like FWB. This person wants your sacral energy. If you open yourself to this person, they have access to your dreams, access to your life path. Look, if you give in, you give balance, you're like gonna disrupt the balance in your life here. If you give yourself to this person, it's gonna cause disruption and bad luck. Ace of Swords, that's the truth. This person will betray you. This person will end up hurting you and putting you to rest in the long run. Remember, the goddess of death is who this person has called on. She has no beef with you. But if you interact with this person, the energy that she carries will suck the life out of you too. You're being told not be friends with benefits with somebody here, this person. It'll block some sort of intuition. You know better. It's going to hit you like a bolt of lightning, like, oh my God, aha, illumination on the cut. Aha moment. Protection in reverse. The gods are saying collectively, if you sleep with this person, not even they can protect you. Not all of them put together. Nobody gets away from death. Nobody. It's a sad, sad reality. Hopefully we all live like till we're 99 and 3/4 of a year old and we fall asleep and don't wake up again. That would be the ultimate way to be. But nobody escapes from death. This person wants some sort of immortal power. They called on Hela for this. This person's in big trouble. Ghost. This person's in big trouble. They're about to be a ghost. They're not, no amount of the gods teaming together. Not if every pantheon agreed on its own, on their doctrines and blended all at one time, could they overcome death. She's more powerful. Not more powerful, just unceasing, unending reality. Mystery. People don't seem to understand that. She's going to make this person understand. The fog will lift really suddenly for this person. They're going to have all kinds of success and rainbows and butterfly farts and amazing glittery shit happen to them all of a sudden. And it's going to drive this person crazy because they are a sullen death metal vocalist. They don't want a bunch of happy, sunshiny excitement around them. They're like, fuck. And that's what's happening. Cleanse. So this person's going to have a period of success just before they are taken to the other side to live with Hela as one of her minions. This person signed themselves over. They wanted some sort of power for their success. They wanted to be some sort of famous, I don't know, some sort of singer here or musician. It said, does it say vocalist or musician? Vocalist, some sort of singer here. They want to they tap other people for their energy. Energy in reverse. And I say they were to tap you for your energy. They would take you out. This person's contract with the dead is binding. Wow, that flew. Disruption. Like I said, stay away from this person. They're just going to fuck up your life. I don't know if you know this person, if you're interacting with this person, if you have met this person, if you are this person and are a cross watcher. I don't know. You meddled in the affairs of the gods. And you are unprotected from this point. Space. Nothingness. Blank. Wow. Yeah, you're in big trouble. Whoever you are that has done this. I don't know what to say to you. Let's just get a deadly apothecary card and see what they have to say and close out on this energy, because this is just a warning message for somebody. There's nothing that's reversible here. Nothing you can change, nothing you can do different. No begging, no pleading, no amount of offerings, no amount of money, no amount of crying, nothing. It's just going to hit somebody all of a sudden. They're going to be the ones sucked dry. They're going to have this moment of success, and then they're going to be slowly drained, like bringing a pot of water up to a boil with something in it. Like the frog analogy, a frog will sit in a pot of water that's cold if you bring it up to a boil. But if you just drop it in a pot of boiling water, it's going to jump out. This person's not seeing it coming. They don't have a concept of energetic cycling and what goes around comes around. Anybody that's got a flat tire can understand what goes around comes around. Thump, 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 thump. Right? Thorn Apple, embrace your weirdness. Let's see what this has to say. I don't know if I can see really well in this light to read, but number 13, a Thorn Apple. Unique, powerful, and hallucinogenic energy. Oh, it's called Datura. This is the Thorn Apple is Datura, Devil's Trumpet, Jimson weed. So don't, if you guys ever see that, don't touch it. It's a beautiful, like, looking like a morning glory, but giant. And they're not. They're really poisonous to animals too. They're all over the walking trails here. So in traditional and medicinal uses, some folk remedies, they use it as an ointment to topically alleviate inflammation of all kinds. And for historical magical uses, in ancient times, priestesses and oracles ingested the plant to help aid their prophetic visions. Its striking appearance is unmistakable and cannot be confused with others. Thorn Apple stands out from the crowd and is very self-conscious about it. Their appearance is unusual in some way, and they tend to dress drably so they don't draw attention. They have distinctive ideas and ways of dealing with life that others just don't appreciate and often feel misunderstood. They would love to express themselves more creatively through dress and fashion, but are worried they will be ridiculed further. Thorn Apple, the antidote. Thorn Apple was never meant to blend in. Their soul purposely chose to be a peacock in this lifetime. Once they embrace this and start expressing themselves fully, then in time they will realize their unique take on life will bring joy to themselves and others. We are not meant to be carbon copies of each other, all dressing, all looking and thinking the same. Thorn Apple was always meant to think outside the box and express themselves with outlandish outfits and ideas. When Thorn Apple embraces their weirdness, they pave the way for others to also express themselves in beautifully distinctive ways. So this person that wants your creativity, they want your sacral energy, they want your third eye, they want you, evidently, whoever you are is a little unique. You're a little odd. You're maybe somebody who stands on top of the box instead of staying inside the box with everybody else. You're like, hey guys, look, there's an outside to the box, but we're still all part of the box, right? This person here wanted to tap into your energy. They wanted to embrace your weirdness, wear your skin, scheme on you somehow. And this person is going to get disrupted. They called on the goddess of death, and not all of the gods in every pantheon, in every belief system on the planet can help them escape, because there is not one religious belief system that can help humans escape the certainty that we all eventually die. This person is trying to become immortal through your life here. Immortalized. And they're going to have nothing. They're going to be nothing. They're going to be blank. They're going to be void. They're going to be an afterthought to these gods, this vocalist. You know that scene in, I don't remember which, I think it was Age of Ultron, Marvel, Avengers, where Hulk just whips the entire holy dog shit out of Loki and then just looks at him and goes, puny god. If Hulk could do that to Loki, just remember that Hela is Loki's big sister. And not even all of the gods combined can deal with her. But it's kind of like that. She's going to wipe the floor with this vocalist. She's going to have fun with it. This person's going to believe in God by the time that she's done with him. It's going to be calling on every god they can remember by the time she's done with him. And all of this because they wanted to steal somebody else's creativity, shine, success, energy, sacral energy, third eye energy, their intuition, their, I don't know, foresight. And this person is unprotected. They're going to be a ghost. I mean, literally, they called the goddess of death into their life, thinking they could command her. Like, I don't know. I don't like that energy. Let's clear it out. All right. I feel sorry for this person. They're goner. They're going bye-bye. Who's out there with me today? Where are you guys watching from? Hey, Savage. Hey, Carrie. Hey, Dallas. Hey, B. How are you? I'm glad everybody's in here. Sorry it took me so long to look up and focus on the camera, but I was heavily channeling there. I was really into that one. What's everybody having for breakfast? What kind of creamer are you putting in your coffee? I like French vanilla. Finally cool enough to drink. I'm one of those people, I do the pour over where I get the filter and put real coffee in it, but I like make 1 cup at a time. The drip method. But it's always really good because I made it. I can't stand the 12-cup coffee maker, the stuff you put in those. It's just like, it's weak. It's weak. I like to be able to kind of, I don't know, chew on my coffee a little bit. Not literally, but figuratively. It's got to be a little stout. I want the spoon to stand up in it. Okay, so let's get into water, lake, and Maine. What else is up here? None of those seem to work. Okay. Water, lake, and Maine. The state of Maine. Tell me about the state of Maine, Spirit, please, and thank you. Something about a canoe. Is there a canoe race in Maine that is an annual event? I don't know anything about the state at all. At all. Time for a nap in reverse. Something shook somebody, startled somebody. To the sea. Okay. Time for a nap in reverse and to the sea. Water, lake, and Maine. Somebody's startled awake. Something about a canoe race. Did somebody capsize? I don't know. Let's tap in. Let's find out. Tell me about time for a nap in reverse, please. Somebody can't relax. Somebody can't sleep. Somebody doesn't have any rest. Didn't have any rest. To the sea, somebody's like letting shit kind of go. Justice in reverse. So time for a nap. We're clarifying that with justice in reverse. There's no time to sleep on a situation where somebody's being discriminated against. No time to sleep on a legal situation. No time to sleep on some sort of injustice or lie or something that is unfair here. There's no time to sleep on this. Tell me about to the sea. Temperance, 4 swords, and Queen of Cups in the reverse. Somebody's trying to just let things go to keep the peace here. They just want to rest. They want some sort of relaxation, but they can't. There's no time for them to rest right now because of something that is being done to make them feel weak. They're like in the midst of something they don't want to deal with at all. Like, I just want to go to sleep. I just want to let this shit go. I just want to let it down the drain. I want to let the river run to the ocean here. But something, you can't sleep on something. Somebody just wants to sweep something under the rug and just let something go. But there is a major injustice happening here while somebody's staying patient, peaceful, and somebody else doesn't want to let them relax, doesn't want to let them rest or recover. There's no recuperation for this person allowed. They want this person weak. They want this person needing something, somebody. They want this person needing somebody so they can rush in and save the day. We got the Knight of Swords in the upright. And I'm hearing Mighty Mouse. Here I come to save the day. Shit. Okay. There is no time to sleep on this situation. Somebody has let something go for way too long. They've been too passive for way too long. There's something illegal, an injustice, some sort of unfair situation happening to somebody here who is just peaceful. They mind their business. They pour into themselves. It's like attacking an angel, not wanting this angel to be able to rest, recuperate, recover, have any kind of healing period. They want this person super codependent, super in need, so they can play Captain Savo over here. Somebody wants to play Captain Savo, you guys. Tell me about the shadow of this situation. This one's going to be short. Somebody wants to play Captain Savo. I mean, we even have Juliet over here. And we know how Romeo and Juliet ended, right? They took themselves out. Teenage angst, drinking out of lead. I mean, it probably was a bad combination. Exile. All right, so what was done that was the injustice that somebody can't sleep on is somebody has been exiled. They have been shunned, iced out, pushed away, and it's been going on and so unfair for so long for no reason other than this person is peaceful, minds their own business, and just needs to be able to recover. They need to be able to recuperate, rejuvenate. Fucking get a decent nap in. But nobody wants to let this person have a nap. There's no time for a nap for anybody until this person can have a nap. No justice, no peace. And somebody wants to come play Captain Savo after they've been part of the exile. Reincarnation. Person wants to bring a situation back to life. Autumn. It's their harvest season. Your harvest season. Oh, it's your harvest season. Things are about to be made right. A situation's about to be brought back up. Something that somebody thought died by the wayside is about to come back. Something that was unfair, something that somebody let go for a very, very, very long time is about to be brought back, and it's harvest season. Divergence. Somebody may think differently than the rest of society. Getting that poem by Robert Frost. There were two paths in the road, and I chose the path less traveled. Something about that poem. Somebody took the hard road, the long way, the pave your own pathway and somebody else took the easy road. And the person that took the hard road here is the one who's had all of the injustice, who's never had time for a nap, who's let things go over and over and over again, is the peaceful one, is the one who deserves the nap, is the one everybody wants to be needy and codependent so they can rush in and Captain Savo this person, but this person is not a hoe to be saved. They've been exiled on that energy. And somebody's trying to reincarnate, bring something back to life, bring a situation back to life so they can harvest while you harvest. And you're saying this is where our paths split. Oh, remember? You remember everything. Isn't that a song by Five Finger Death Punch? Yeah, you remember everything. Something about this lake in Maine. Let's find out about the lake in Maine. I want to know specifically about the lake in Maine in this canoe race. What does it have to do with this? Is this something that somebody's remembering about a relationship? Is where like, I remember that you tried to drown me when we were kids back in Maine. That one time I fell out of the canoe in the race. Like it could be something like that. It could be that, oh, I was going to go on a date with somebody next week to this. Maybe I should not. If you have split off of a frequency with people and you just don't vibe with them anymore, and somebody wants to do a bunch of rude shit, bad shit to you, make your life so you can't have any rest, so you can't have any peace, so you don't have time to process and let your stress go, so you are always on edge. This is an injustice. This is torture. Somebody tried to do this to a peaceful person who minds their own business, who just deserved some rest, recuperation, rejuvenation, and recovery from some sort of bad life here. Bad experience where they felt like maybe they were underwater. And this person doesn't want to deal with any unnecessary drama at all. They don't want to be needy by society standards. They want to take care of themselves. They don't want to be codependent. This person here doesn't like this Captain Savo energy that's rushing back in. Here I come to save the day. You're going to push this person out with this exile. You're telling the situation cannot come back to life. They're not going to harvest off you. This is where your paths diverge. You remember everything. We've got action in reverse. You remember everything that was done to prevent you from being able to move forward or take action for yourself. Maybe you remember the actions that were taken to metaphorically hold your head underwater. Maybe literally hold your head underwater. Happy family. See, there is a big facade. There is a what happens at home stays at home kind of energy with this. And this person here that wants to bring something back, that's taken no proper action, that's done negative things, now wants some sort of happy family moment, happily ever after moment, harvest moment, beneficial reunion, happy family moment. This person wants a reunion. On top of the reincarnation, they want a reunion. Sixth chakra, Archangel Metatron, third eye. All the information about this, you're going to feel weird. It's not going to feel right. You're possibly going to have headaches. Archangel Metatron's going to try and warn you about this. I think somebody coming in and trying to reestablish a connection or some sort of reunion with you is going to make you flash on a memory from childhood where this person maybe have done some really bad things to you. It could have been like recent too. It could have been like within the last 5 years. Like when you guys were 13 and you're 18 now. When you were 16 and you're 21 now. You know what I mean? But this could also be somebody that's like 50 and remembering something from when they were 2 about somebody like just holding their head underwater. They're thinking about this a lot. A reunion is triggering something in somebody else's memory. This person that just needs a nap, that just needs time to recover. This person that has let things go and let things go and let things slide. It was an injustice. All of the things that were done that this person ignored. Man, it's all coming back. This recording angel, Archangel Metatron, it's slamming this person in their memories. Like, remember everything that you ever did. Remember everything that you ever said. And this person's thinking about it and thinking about it. And they're like, still going to come and try for some sort of a reunion here because they see you as some sort of harvest. Abundance. They're going to get some value out of you. This person thinks they're going to play Captain Savo with the door to romance, but they're remembering everything they've done, and you remember everything they've done. This person, this might be somebody that had a crush on you when you were, or you had a crush on when you were teenagers, and this person might have been mean to you and like at some sort of party, held your head underwater. This could be, and now they want to date you. This could be metaphorical as well, where somebody held somebody down, kept them muffled to where they couldn't get their head quite above water to catch a decent, peaceful breath. It could just be disturbing somebody so much until they can rush in and save the day, making somebody look like they're in need of rescue, a damsel in distress. It has something to do with Maine and a lake. Lake day. I'm getting like some sort of school trip. This is somebody having a memory of a school trip. This isn't something that's currently happening. And this person remembers everything they ever said or ever did. I think this might have been somebody's bully in high school. And now all of a sudden they like want to approach them. I don't know. It seems kind of odd to me. Let's get one out of my culinary oracle deck because this one's got some fun advice in it. This one's got some fun advice in it. Let's just get one more for closing message. Please and thank you, Spirit. Hey, Avel, how are you? Hey, Lori. Hey, MFR. How are you? Oh, I'm a heifer. I love you. Oh my goodness, you're so amazing. Hey, everybody, let's stop the reading and take a second. MFR calls me heifer. Oh, baby. And you want to know about Donald Trump? He already got impeached. Did you pay attention? They just didn't do shit about it. He already got impeached. But that's okay. Bye. So let's get a closing message. I'm a heifer, evidently. Folks. Closing message, Spirit, please and thank you. Tomatoes, giving and receiving love. Let's see here. Tomatoes help us give love to others, but also help us to receive love. Pulling this card in a reading means it's time to open yourself up to the love you so freely give others. You are deserving of all the goodness in the world. Tomatoes remind us that expressing love is grand, but if we diminish the gift of love bestowed upon us, we take away someone else's joy in their actions. This card reminds us of the balance of giving and receiving love on its deepest level. See, MFer, I think you might need some love, honey. Do you need a hug? Do you need a pat on the back? You need an attaboy? You need a lollipop? All right, so anyways, I think I'm going to close the energy there, you guys. Yeah, I'm going to close the energy there. I will be back a little bit later on. I am going to go enjoy breakfast and a walk with my dog. So, yes, heifer. I don't know you, but that's okay. I'll be a heifer for you. If I can manage to not be a piece of shit, y'all, so the fuck can you. Black Betty out.